Over the past 10 years, I've been to 60 plus countries and have reviewed almost 800 backpacks. And to say that I have a bit of an obsession with finding a great personal item, it's a big understatement. The personal item is like the most important bag in your travel arsenal. It's the one that goes underneath the seat in front of you, that you're always grabbing your stuff out of, and it needs some key features that are often overlooked. So in this video, I'm gonna give you my 11 top picks. None of these bag brands sponsor this video, and each bag we're gonna talk about has its own in-depth review, which you'll find linked in the description. And you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video, because if you're not sure which one to pick, I'll give you my 2 favorites. And a special shout out to Unbound Merino for partnering with us on this video. More information about them and their killer travel clothes and travel hoodie in a second. Now, as I'm gonna start going through all these different options, I'm gonna tell you the things I want you to kind of keep in mind. Because really, I think there's gonna be just 2 determining factors that'll help you find the best personal item for you. First of all, it's just like the vibe, right? You're gonna kind of fall in love at first sight. Maybe you like more sleek and modern, or maybe the old school backpacker look is more up your alley. So once a particular bag catches your eye, definitely use that as an indication that, we're on the right path. But the second biggest thing is going to be the features, because each one of these bags kind of does it differently. Some use more modern fabrics and have a sleek aesthetic. Some have a bit more structure and therefore comfort because of it. Other bags we're gonna talk about are more malleable and packable. And honestly, none of these features are necessarily better than the others. It just depends on what you value. But again, if you want my take on what makes the best personal item, we'll talk about that at the end of the video, because like I said, it really varies from person to person. But one thing that doesn't vary from person to person in my experience is great travel clothes. Because if you're gonna spend your hard-earned cash on a great personal item bag, you should definitely look into Unbound Merino's travel clothes as well, particularly their hoodie. And let me tell you why, because Unbound Merino is fascinating. They use, as the name suggests, merino wool. The highest quality too. And merino wool is moisture wicking, it fights off bacteria, and it keeps you smelling fresh. The reason is that this wool is actually odor resistant. And that's really important when you're traveling, right? I just went to Malaysia and Vietnam 1 week each. I was wearing my Unbound Merino hoodie the entire time, from flights to hotels, and I didn't have to wash it once the entire trip. On the travel hoodie, I love these internal pockets, the ideal spot for your wallet, passport, boarding pass. And it's just a hoodie that kind of keeps you looking fly, and it just freaking cozy. And every time I put one of these on, I just feel like I'm in the travel zone. And they pair very nicely with the travel pants. My favorite feature on the pants is the back hidden zippered pocket. Great for just a little extra peace of mind when you're in a new city. Here at Nomads Nation, we are extremely picky about who we work with. I only try to recommend brands that I actually use. I use Unbound Merino every single trip. And because of that, Unbound is offering the Nomads Nation community 10% off for first-time customers. So if you wanna get your hands on some killer travel clothes and grab a tasty discount, you can do so with the pinned comment below. All right, let's talk about personal item bags. First up, we got the Almond Oak 25+5. A newcomer on the block, Almond Oak is really based around a couple of key features. Mainly how lightweight it is. It's very classic and simple user experience, but also with a height of 16 inches, which is 40 centimeters. This is one of the few backpacks on this list that's not just good for US flights, but also those very stringent European and Asian flights. So because of that, it's very international travel friendly. And to take it a step further, Almond Oak has a key expansion feature, which as the name suggests, gives you 5 more liters of capacity, which makes this just a great travel bag because it can do some of the carry-on stuff when you're fully expanded at 30 liters. But when you wanna go just personal item underneath the seat in front of you, it fits those specs. And because of its slim profile, it also makes a pretty awesome day pack when you get to your actual destination. Not everyone's gonna dig the suitcase style clamshell opening. A lot of people prefer the classic clamshell style opening from top to bottom. And Almond Oak's below average warranty is not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, but overall it's one of the better personal item backpacks out there. So much so that even Mr. Who's the Boss did a video on this bag, and it's been helping it blow it up. It's gaining a lot of steam, and it's an awesome bag, like it really is. The Almond Oak currently comes in 1 color option, and it runs around 130 USD. Now remember, all the bags we're gonna discuss in this video have full in-depth reviews, which you can find linked below. Next up, we got the Aer Go Pack 2. And talking about my trip to Malaysia and Vietnam earlier, this was the bag that I brought with me as my personal item. And the reason is it's just an absolute classic. Aer is one of the best bag making brands in the world, but this one's actually kind of like a different style of bag from them. They typically make bags that are very over-constructed, kind of bulky, and seriously well padded, but this is the opposite, dude. Look at this Go Pack. It is malleable. It is packable. It doesn't use their typical fabric. The dimensions are also just slightly over for international travel, but it should be okay. We're at just over 40 centimeters height, and the back panel width is just over 30 centimeters. But because of how malleable it is, it should fit in the sizing bin, no problem. I love the front kangaroo pouch pocket. For me, that's always where my over-the-ear headphones go. 2 water bottle pockets, and because it's so malleable, it folds quite well. So if you don't want to use this as a personal item, you want to throw it in your suitcase or your larger travel bag, you can do so. But not everyone likes how malleable it is. That is going to compromise how comfortable the bag is, right? Because we can't have like a super decked out back panel with a bag that's got a fold. And also because of its malleable structure, the tech protection is not gonna be the best. But overall, this bag is a cult classic in the carry community for a reason. Frickin' joy to use, as long as you don't mind just how lightweight and malleable it is. The bag currently comes in 3 color options. It's 20 liters capacity, and it runs around 100 USD. If you wanna learn more about the Aer Go Pack 2, I did a long-term review of it, which you can find linked below. Next up, we got the AbleCarry 13, a brand that I frickin' love. They're known for sort of that middle ground between urban and tactical, and they make some of the best bags in the world that also feature some of the highest quality materials on the planet. The bag's a little bit tall for European budget standards, coming in at 44 inches height. Sorry, centimeters height. It's my American brain. But this is a great personal item for so many reasons. It's definitely smaller in its capacity, only 13 liters, but it's a beautiful bag. We've got this slash pocket in the front here, ideal for quick access. A well-designed water bottle pocket in the front. And look at these materials. This thing is stunning on the inside. Bit of organization, tech sleeve at the back. And for a smaller bag, it's so comfortable. AbleCarry bags always are. I think AbleCarry makes the most comfortable bags in the world. And these shoulder straps are a great example of that. They're chunky, they're well padded. And the same thing with the back panel. It's got a nice structure to it. It's just a really comfy wear. Oh, I almost forgot. Yep. We also have a hidden pocket in the back of the bag, which if you're traveling with a personal item is ideal for your wallet and your passport, which means you can just swing zip bag around, unzip, grab what you need, bada bing, bada boom. Definitely a pricier bag. You can pay up to $180 for this in X-Pack. That's this fabric, which is a very high quality weather resistant material, or $150 for the Cordura version. So it's not cheap, but it is offered in 5 different color options. And AbleCarry has a killer lifetime warranty, and they definitely have a reputation of honoring that warranty as well. If you want to learn more about the 13, one of my favorite small backpacks of all time, we did a full review, which you can find linked below. Next up, we have the Alpaka Aero Pack. Alpaka's from Australia, and they're really great at small bags, in my opinion. Slings, pouches, and this small bag really impressed me. It's very simple. Got that old school rounded silhouette with a quick access pocket. In the front, we got half zip access into the main compartment with some stunning materials, especially at the price point. Alpaka does a great job of making bags that are really high quality, but also really accessible. Top pocket, essential for your passport, boarding pass, and maybe your sunglasses. We have a hidden back wallet pocket as well, and some shoulder straps that are lighter, a little bit more loosey-goosey, but still have some decent padding to them as well. For the height, we're at 17 inches, AKA 44 cm. So we're slightly larger than the European budget airlines will allow. But I gotta say, I really love this bag, both when I was using it as EDC and for travel. I do think the PU-coated zippers are a little unnecessary. And this sucks. They put the luggage pass-through on here, but they put it the wrong way, so I gotta carry the backpack like this. That's a miss for me. But that aside, it's a fantastic personal item bag. Currently comes in 2 color options. It's 16 liters capacity, and it runs around 110 USD. Full review, link below. Next up, we got the Osprey Daylite 26+6, which is probably, I don't know if it's the most popular personal item bag in the world, but it's one of. Osprey is an absolutely iconic bag brand. The best, I think, pound for pound, in my opinion. And this thing is just a personal item masterpiece. It's just slightly over European budget restrictions at 43 cm. But if you check people's reviews online, most people say they can get this on as a personal item anywhere in the world, no problems. I also want to talk about the elephant in the room. You do not have to get it in this color combination. I know, this is fugly. If you disagree with me and you like the the gold with the teal and the neon orange and the gray, please let me know in the comments below. But I think for most of us, it's just not gonna hit the mark. But this bag is so popular that when I bought it a year ago, this is the only color combination that was available, which makes sense, because I don't know who wants that. But like I said, the good news is there are other color combinations currently available. Got a quick access front pocket here, and a little organization offered in the top admin compartment. Sideways suitcase style opening. And this is a great bag too because it's got a tech sleeve, but it's not gonna take up too much space from the main compartment. A lot of tech compartments, you know, they're chunky to protect your laptop. And as the name suggests, it's 26 liters capacity that can expand to 32 liters capacity. So then you're kind of getting that double travel combo. 26 liter personal item, 32 liters carry-on, compress it when you need a day pack. It can truly do it all. And it does so in a way that's very comfortable. Look at all the ventilation happening on this back panel. Again, I just think pound for pound, Osprey is the best bag brand in the game. Doesn't mean I always love the way their bags look, but functionally speaking, they're really hard to beat. Having said that, I don't always love their shoulder straps. Could use a bit more cushion on these bad boys. And this thing can be an absolute dangle nightmare. You think for all the bags they've made, they'd understand that like, nobody likes this. Nobody wants this flying or flopping around. So I wish they added some web holders onto the bag to control the dangle and keep it in its place. But that aside, this bag, oof, it's tough to beat. Thankfully, Osprey offers this bag in 6 different color options. You don't have to be stuck with Nightmare Rainbow Clown color. And it runs around 110 USD. Full review, link below. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, damn, a lot of these bag brands that Aaron's talking about, they're pricey. I wish that there was a budget brand he'd bring into the mix. Meet Bagsmart. Probably the best budget bag brand in the world. Maybe along with like Tom Talk. And this blast is just, it's really nice. Actually, fun fact, my sister, who is the face of our sister channel, Gear for the Girls, this is her go-to bag. She's got her choice. She's got like 600 bags in this office, and anytime she comes to visit us here in Hong Kong, this is the one she keeps going back to. We're at 40 cm height on the dot, and just slightly over 30 cm width, which means it's definitely European budget airline friendly. Love the mint color. You've got compression straps on either side, allowing you to cinch the bag down. You got 1, 2 quick access front pockets, a duffel style opening into the main compartment, side handle, water bottle holder, hidden back pockets, plus a big old tech area as well that's accessible via a clamshell style opening. You do get what you pay for though. The shoulder straps are kind of flimsy, almost feel like they're gonna kind of like disintegrate on you. Just no structure, which is a little bit of a buzzkill. And they also added a lot of features on here, some of which that I don't think are necessary. We got a shoe compartment, we've got compression straps, we've got extra hidden pockets, we got a waterproof area. For some people, I think it works, but for a lot of people, it's just kind of a gimmick. And it's also adding to extra costs and extra weight. But overall, I hate to say it, I agree with my sister. This bag's awesome. If you love color options, you're gonna love Bagsmart. The Blast is available in 8 different colors currently. It's 28 liters in capacity, and it runs around 70 USD. Full review, link below. Now let's mix things up a little bit, because I'm gonna throw a duffel into the mix. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but we just reviewed this bag a few months ago. It's the CarryX duffel, and I was really impressed because this is a very focused product by a brand new company, and it's designed just to be the ultimate personal item duffel. It's not designed to be a personal item and everyday carry duffel. It's just designed to be a personal item, and it just nails the brief for me. So we're at a height of 30 cm and a width of 40, so I think this could work as a personal item in Europe, but it's definitely marketed to be the ideal personal item for US flights. Admin pocket in the front. This is a great pocket here on the side, ideal for your over-the-ear headphones. Horizontal luggage pass-through holder, allows you to keep the duffel upright on your suitcase. A very minimalist main compartment, and carrying options that are like genuinely comfortable. Don't get me wrong, like in my opinion, a duffel will never be anywhere near as comfortable as a backpack. The single shoulder carry is never as ergonomic as having equal distribution of weight on both shoulders. But I'm not gonna lie, if I could guarantee that my suitcase was with me all the time, so then I can just, slide this onto the trolley sleeve, then this is a really good option. Don't get me wrong, it's got a few features that I'm not quite sold on. Waterproof section here is like, it's like kind of meh. And CarryX claims that they're delivering like next level value at a very reasonable price point. But like, I find their price points to be pretty market standard. Like, it's right where you'd expect it to be. But don't get me wrong, it's kind of a perfect personal item if you want to use a duffel. Now, they're a new company, so the bag only comes in a single color option. It is 27 liters capacity, and it runs around 120 USD. This is one of the few bags I have ever given a perfect rating to. And to find out why, full review, you know where to find it. Let's talk about the Alpaka Flight Satchel. It's our second bag from Alpaka. And this one's interesting. It's sort of like a sling meets a messenger, marketed as a satchel, but actually quite versatile. It can do a little bit of everything. As you can see, the shoulder strap can be removed. You can see we got a width of 16 inches, which is 40 cm, and a height of 25 cm. So it's definitely a bag that is compliant as a personal item on international flights as well. You got a big old front pocket right here. 2 external water bottle holders, and most important of all is that luggage pass-through orientation. Allows you to carry the bag like this. Like my wife, she has a Lululemon bag that's very similar, like the kind of crescent shaped style. And we just went on that trip to Malaysia and Vietnam. And it was actually a great personal item bag. I was kind of jealous of her sometimes, but not when we had our suitcases, because the Lululemon bag doesn't have this pass-through. And I kept thinking, I was like, oh my God, if she just had that, it would just elevate it to the next level for her. Of course, I tried to tell her to try this bag. She wasn't having it. She's Team Lulu for life. But yeah, this bag rocks. It's got a self-standing design, hidden back zippered pocket here. One negative about this bag is just access into the main compartment. It's kind of a, you can see it's a little bit tight sometimes. So kind of finding the tidbits that are in the corners and stuff, that could be annoying. More or less, I do think it's a pretty stellar personal item bag. Currently comes in 2 color options, and it runs around 120 USD. Let's talk about some German engineering. Meet the modern Dayfarer backpack 18 liters. Modern Dayfarer is one of my favorite brands, German-based but globally adored. Look at how beautiful this thing is. It's sort of a modern take on a roll top. We've got the Fidlock V-buckle, always extremely satisfying to use. 1 external water bottle pocket, quick access pocket in the front, and another one on the side. And out of all the personal item bags that we're talking about, this one probably has the best tech protection. You can see at the top, we have our own independent zipper that leads to its own independent compartment. And this is extremely well padded on both sides. Gives you a really nice false bottom, which elevates the laptop in case your bag drops. And you're also getting some decent comfort as well. This for me is a personal item if you're trying to look fly. Maybe you're just going to a European city and you just want to look your best. I mean, just look at this fabric. This is a Velocity Weave ballistic nylon. It has a sheen to it. It is gorgeous. It's just one of the rare bags that actually looks as good as it functions. The back panels come in at 18 inches, so not necessarily European friendly. But let's be honest, with a bag this sexy, you're probably not going to be riding on Ryanair anyways. The bag currently comes in 2 color options. But for all that, it ain't cheap, as it's coming in at 230 US dollars. But you get what you pay for. If you want high quality German engineering and an incredible personal bag experience that looks as good as it works, it's definitely worth looking into. And speaking of expensive, let's talk about the Pakt Mode 22 liters. Again, another bag that is cream of the crop in terms of materials, fabrics, warranty, but you're gonna pay for it. But God, talk about beautiful. I mean, Pakt nailed this aesthetic. It's sort of that old school backpacker look, but perfectly modernized, nice and slim, and very, very packable. It's not gonna fold, it's not gonna scrunch up in a little ball, but it can lie flat extremely well. Which means that if you're not using this as your personal item and you wanna throw it into your suitcase or your larger bag, easy to do. Quick access pocket in the front and the top. 1 water bottle pocket on the side. Here we have the main compartment, super minimalist, just beautiful materials. And also really nice tech protection. It's got its own separate tech compartment. You can see there, we got a couple of sleeves for additional organization, plenty of padding, and a luggage pass-through, but unfortunately, it's this kind of luggage pass-through, not this. It's a bit of a downer for me. Also a downer is I've never found Pakt bags to be the most comfortable. These shoulder straps, they got the structure I like, but not so much the squishiness or the padding. And we're also missing dangle stoppers. Look like Pakt took a little play out of Osprey's book. For a lot of people, the aesthetic and just beauty of this bag is gonna override all that. It currently comes in 4 color options. It's 22 liters in capacity, and it runs 245 USD. Last but not least, let's talk about Bellroy. This is their Venture Travel Pack. And it's interesting because it's like the least Bellroy bag ever. Bellroy is known for like lighter and quirkier kind of bags. But this one, they went a little bit more hardcore on it. A little more like rock and roll, and I like it. Really nice and interesting fabrics on the side and on the front, all of which are gonna be highly weather resistant. But what Bellroy does better than anyone is just like their little luxurious touches. Look at the interior of this bag. Stunning. Minimalist, the right color touches, little accents on the side, but still offering some interesting travel features like the elastic compression system in the main compartment. Bit of organization. This back pocket with a key leash and plenty of space for your passport and boarding documents. And this sneaky travel feature as well, which I quite like. Underneath the logo, you got this hidden zipper. And that hidden zipper gets you access to this, which is an included tote. And it was funny, when I first reviewed this bag and tested it out, I'm like, that is so gimmicky. Don't charge me for this piece of tote. But I actually thought about it, and it's actually kind of nice for travel. It's your personal item bag, so maybe your suitcase has been checked, or at the very least it's already full. And probably this bag is too, and you're souvenir shopping, and you're grabbing some last minute stuff that you want to take home. You don't have any space for it, kaboom, you remember you have that backup tote bag. And I'm someone who carries a compressible tote like this in my EDC all the time, because you just never know when you need it. And the fact that it's just kind of there, out of sight, out of mind, in a cool, nifty, hidden location, it's there, it's just like, it's a nice little touch. And I actually do appreciate it. And speaking again of just nice touches, look at the interior. Bellroy just makes products that are gorgeous, and they feel amazing to interact with. It's gonna be way too big to carry as a personal item on a European budget airline. But if you want something that's got a really nice aesthetic, sort of like hiker bag, but like modernized and business-ized, that's just gonna look and feel amazing, it's a really good option. You do get 2 color options, which is nice and appreciated, but it runs $320 USD, which is pricey for a 26-liter backpack, I'm not gonna lie. But if you wanna learn why it's that pricey and get a fuller picture of the bag, you can do so with the links in the description below. So if you are still watching this, it's probably because you're not quite sure which bag is best for you. Which I get, there's a lot of amazing options on the market, and each one of them has their own pros and cons. So let me give you some brutally honest, albeit personal advice about what I'd do in your situation. Here's what I need in a personal item bag. And many of these bags tick a lot of those boxes, but none were perfect, which is why, after reviewing hundreds of bags here at Nomads Nation, I actually set out on the quest of making my own bag. This guy right here. This is the Firosita backpack in 18 liters. And it was designed to be the perfect everyday carry and personal item travel bag. For me, comfort is crucial. So a bag that has the right padding on the shoulder straps, but also on the back panel. Because for me, also my personal item is the bag that I'm using as my day pack. So that comfort is really important to me because it's not just when I'm flying, but it's when I actually get to my location and I'm using this for 3, 4, 5 hours in a day. Wandering and strolling and waltzing through a new city. I absolutely require a luggage pass-through sleeve that allows me to carry the bag upright on the actual suitcase handle. It's just so much better for access. I need a top pocket that I can quickly access and also dump my passport and boarding pass into when I'm going through the TSA line. And I also need really convenient access when the bag is underneath the seat in front of me. And a bit of organization helps as well. Because then when you're flying, the bag's down here, right? You can grab your headphones, you can grab a pen, you can grab a notebook, you can grab your over-the-ear headphones, which are at the bottom here, right? That organization is very important to me. And for me, that organization also extends to the laptop compartment, which needs to be easily accessible while still also protecting my laptop. At Aero, we make gear that keeps modern professionals streamlined and focused, with key emphasis on accessibility, comfort, and tech protection. I am so proud of this backpack, and if you want to learn more about it, you can do so at Aero.co or with the first link in the description. All right, last but not least, let me give you my 2 brutally honest picks out of all the bags we covered before. My go-to will probably be the Aer Go Pack 2. It's got the comfort, upright luggage pass-through, couple of water bottle pockets, love the kangaroo pouch, but also when I get to my destination, it's just a killer day pack. It folds, it's malleable, and it's one of my favorite backpacks of all time. But having said that, I think the Almond Oak 25+5 is also like really, really hard to beat. It's coming in at a decent price point. This quick access pocket right here is awesome for traveling and when you get to your destination as an EDC bag. It's very lightweight in its build. And again, versatility, it's 25 liters, but you can expand it to 35 liters. It fits all international airlines and is overall a pretty comfy wear. These are two different personal item bags doing it kind of differently. One more malleable, one more structured. One a little bit heavier, one a little bit lighter, but I think they're two of the best options out there right now. And to learn more about them, you can go ahead and watch these reviews right here. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you again to Unbound Merino for partnering with us on this video. Remember, if you want to check out their amazing travel clothes, including this hoodie right here, and you want to get a discount as a first-time customer, you can do so with the pinned comment. Catch you guys next time. Peace!